Okay, a couple things to know about me. I'm a college student, I used to bullet journal, and I am a mess, and I desperately need some sort of productivity system attached to me, like giving me life at all times. So let me introduce to you xTiles. Hi Slayers, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eileen, and in today's video, I am very excited to be giving you a tour of this super cool app I found called xTiles. If you don't know what xTiles is, it's basically an app that is all about keeping you productive. You can basically have your whole hub of productivity on there. You can take notes, you can track things, and it's basically a place where you can take everything that you need to be productive and have it all in one shot. It's a calendar, it's a to-do list, it's whatever you make of it, and it's basically a great alternative to Notion, but it's a lot easier to use, and I find that it's a lot more beginner friendly. I also feel it's a bit more of an underrated app, much like this channel is a bit underrated. So not a lot of people know about it, and I actually found it through another YouTuber, which was really cool, and I tried it out, and I wanted to make sure that I could do everything I can do in Notion in this app, and I definitely can, and I'm really excited to show it to you guys. And so I will definitely get into all of that. I do want to quickly mention that this video is sponsored by xTiles, which is super cool, but this is all my own opinion, and I did, like I said, find this video through another YouTuber before, so yeah, I am just very excited to show you guys this. As someone who is, you know, probably very neurodivergent, I need a lot of help organizing myself and keeping myself on track, and so this app so far has been really great for that. And if you struggle with some of the same things, or if you just miss bullet journaling, because this app really reminds me of bullet journaling, then this might be a great app for you. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so welcome to my xTiles. I'm very excited to show you this. So on the left, I have 3 different spaces, and this first one is my personal space, and this is where I keep all of my journal entries and like more personal entries. So to start off, we have this vision board template, and I actually used this template like straight from xTiles. They have a bunch of really cool templates that are awesome and very easy to use, and so I just used it and filled out my own pictures that I got from Pinterest, and a couple of them are just from the app itself. So I will show you this. Here's my little vision board, and I wanted to actually make this like currently, because I do make a vision board every January, but this is actually my like rest of the year board, so I was really trying to like make it personal for that. So we have like some Kindle reading and some editing, because I do a lot of editing, and some really yummy looking food, because I've been trying to eat better, but it's really hard to do that. And just like some generally cozy spaces. I have like some journaling and some planes, because I like to travel, except I'm actually scared of planes, so like plane imagery is helpful for me. Some like social situations where we're laughing, some money, which is self-explanatory, and a camera and some nature. I've been trying to get more into nature, and yeah, it's super easy to like add these pictures. All you do, oh my god, I just love the interface of this. Like the UI is so easy to drag and make tiles, which is why it's called xTiles, and then you can just click what you want it to be, and some of them already like have images saved, and so you don't even need to like go find your own, but if you did want to, you could really easily upload it. So there, you see how easy that was? Like, I love the ability that you can drag these tiles to be as big as you want them to be, or as small as you need them to be. And it's just like, it feels so free form in a way, and I really like that. I love when apps give you some autonomy. Anyways, enough of me nerding out about that. Let's go over to my goals for 2025. So 2025 is fast approaching, and I did want to use this app to sort of like ready myself for 2025. So actually these are my goals for 2024, but when 2025 comes, it'll be really easy for me to just copy all of this and keep it in this same like goals overview page. So so far in 2024, I have listed all of my goals, and very interestingly in this template, it is laid out by month, and usually I don't write my goals like by month, but I tried to this time. That way it was more like checking off as I go. And so as you can see, I was doing pretty well in the beginning of the year, and we've kind of slacked off a little bit. And of course I put at the end in December like all the goals that should be done by the end of the year, but not like in a specific month. So yeah, here are just my goals, and I feel like this is a great app for goal setting. It's just super easy to add goals and to categorize them. So then going back to my home, this is my September recap. So when I journal, or like when I used to bullet journal, I would always make like a recap for the month page, and I wanted to try it on here because I wanted to see like if it gave me that same feeling as journaling, and it definitely did. I'm actually like really happy about this. So I just wrote in bullets like what I did in September, and I added a picture, and I had some extra space, so I put all the media I consumed in September. A lot of Gilmore Girls, as you can see. And yeah, I just really felt like it was super easy to make, and I love how easy it is to customize these little tiles. Like you just click this little paintbrush up here and you can change like how much of it is the color, like how it looks, what color it is, and I wanted to keep like this little blue theme for September for whatever reason. So yeah, I just really like the way that inspired me to feel like I wanted to journal again. Okay, so moving on to this journal page called Favorite Fall Out Boy Songs. So I just wanted to make something that was like quintessentially would be in my journal, like my real physical journal, and it was this. So I wanted to make this page super aesthetic, look like a Pinterest board, and I really love how it turned out. I just wrote my top 10 Fall Out Boy songs, which was really painful to do because I'm really indecisive, and yeah, and I added a bunch of like Pinterest photos to it, which was super nice, and it didn't take me long at all, and I love it because sometimes when I used to journal, it would be hard to find like a printer, like a color paper printer, and print out all of these pictures all the time. And so here it was like super easy to do it, and I get to keep it digitally like forever basically. Really quickly, I do want to show you how freaking good it looks in dark mode. Doesn't that just look so good and like emo? I love it so much. But yeah, it's once again, like so easy to just make these tiles, and actually really fun. Like there is something about making these tiles that is fun. I really encourage you to just try it and like make your own fun page because it was literally so fun. So, okay, and now moving on to my productivity page. This has a lot in it, so I will start with this ADHD planner template. Now this was a template that was pre-made already from xTiles, and I just really quickly downloaded it. You can see there's like this little button here called templates. In it is a bunch of templates that are super easy to use, and you can just click on them and start editing on them. And so I found one, and then I made it my own, and I customized it because at heart I am a DIY girly. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is my first daily planner page, and I just wanted to try this out. This was in the template, and usually I'm not like a daily planner time blocking person, but I just thought it was so cute and aesthetic. Like look at these cute little widgets that I wanted to try it. So I have my like top priorities, and if you notice there's a date next to them, and you can set this date on all of your tasks, which is super nice. Very helpful for someone that needs help of keeping track of due dates. So I just have my plans for today, and I can fill this out every day, and then it's super easy for me to just duplicate this page every single day. Yeah, and then there's a must do today that I can fill out every morning, and a save for later, which I often fill out because I'm a bit of a procrastinator. But moving on, there is my habit tracker page, and here I keep this checklist here, and I just uncheck it every morning, and then I'll recheck it as I do the things. And then I track my water every day, and my mood, which it was good today actually, so we can keep it as great, and how many hours of sleep I got. And then I have this monthly planner, which I really like because, as you saw, I did the monthly recap. So this is like the start of the month. I will write down everything that I need to know about this upcoming month. So this month I had a trip to the mountains, and I had a photo shoot on the 19th, and then I have my goals for this month specifically. I can cross that off because I went line dancing, which was fun, and birthdays, and next month I will write down like on the horizon stuff. So next month I'm seeing Dan and Phil, which I'm so excited for. And then any notes, I don't really know what kind of notes I have. Maybe like and subscribe. Try xTiles. And then moving on to weekly planning. This is a very helpful thing to have, and I'm very excited to show you this. So it's just a standard calendar page, right? But all of these are, if I do the slash and then I add a task, I can write down a task. So and then I can give it a due date if I want it to have a due date. Usually I just put it on the day it's due, so I don't always do this. And it will keep it in this collective tasks page, and it keeps track of every single task that is on your xTiles, no matter what page it's on, as long as it's using the task button. And as you can see, I have a lot of these are like foods that I eat because I plan my meals and then I'll check them off as I eat them. And it just shows literally everything that you have coming up on the horizon, and it keeps it all centralized for you, which is super cool. And I've never seen an app do something like this. I feel like this is like sort of like a tipping point between Notion and xTiles for a lot of people, is this centralized feature. Then finally, I have my weekly planner page for meals, and this came in the template, and usually I wouldn't think to do this, but I've actually been filling it out specifically for dinner because I feel like dinner is the hardest meal for me to find, because usually at that point I'm already back home. That means I have to cook. So I will fill it out at the beginning of every week, and then I can check it off as a task, which is super nice and very gratifying. I can even assign it like a date on like the date that it is, which is cool. So something really quickly I did want to note, just in the sake of being fair, is that I am using the premium version, but I did build all of this in the free version. And there's a couple of limiting things in the free version, so I really do recommend upgrading to the paid version. It's not that expensive. I believe it's $5 to $8 a month, but one of the things you can't do in the free version is have more than 5 pages on like one page. So for example, so if I go back out here and I make a new project, you can make as many projects as you want. But if you go inside the project, like I was earlier, and you add a page here, you can only go up to 5 on the free version. That's not my favorite feature, and I do feel like it's a little bit limiting, but if you can pay for the premium version, it's definitely worth it. And if not, there are workarounds. Like I said, you can just make as many projects as you want, and you can just duplicate it every time that you need a new page, which is what I was doing when I had the free version. And when I would do that, I would drag the duplicated one into my archive space over here. And I did make a separate archive space over here because in the free version, you can't use this archive space, but really like those are sort of the only things that were limiting from the free version. Everything else was built with the free version, and it worked super well, and it was super easy to use, so you'll be able to like use it and figure out for yourself really fast. Anyways, moving on to my university page. So I like to keep all of my notes that I type on my xTiles, and it's next to all my productivity stuff. Here I have my class schedules that I usually make these little charts for. So I can plan like what time I will have what and when I will work and stuff. And I do this at the beginning of the semester when I am picking classes. It's a little stressful, but I like that I'm able to like make multiple charts of these, and they're super easy to duplicate. You can just duplicate it right at the top over here. And then I can make multiple versions of what kind of classes I want. I also really like that you can color these tables. It's really cool. I've never seen a program that you can do that with, and it makes it look really aesthetic. Clearly for my university page, I try to go for the dark academia theme. I like having aesthetics for it, and this platform itself is very aesthetic, and just having an aesthetic, especially dark academia, makes me feel very cool and makes me motivated to do the work when the work is bad. So anyways, and then I just have all of my lecture notes for my different classes. So I will title the name of the class up here, and then I will put all of the lectures in order. And as you can see, when I click on this page, you can just make an xTile and write in it. The only thing I'll note is all of these are nested pages. So if you go in here, it's not a nested note, but a nested page, and that's what you can like take big notes on. So I'll make a new nested page, but once you're inside of a nested page, you can't make a second nested page. So you will have to like go back out to the main project and then make another nested page. But I feel like that's fine. Like I don't really know how often I put nested pages inside of nested pages. I feel like that can get pretty confusing. So, and then this other tab up here is my assignments tab. And I really like this. This is very similar to Notion if you've ever used it, where you can have a calendar specifically for one subject. So this is my assignments calendar, and it has only my assignments on it. And I can tag them, and you can see the tags in here, which is very helpful and it's very useful for color coding, which is one of like my biggest tips for anyone, is to color code everything according to class. And then the best part is you have to input this data only once, and then you can make multiple views of it. So here I have all of my projects, and then here I have all of just my tests in their own table, and I do that by just adding a filter over here with a tag that says only contains tests. And then I have this table where it's just like really easy for me to see, and I can check them off, which is great. And it's all the same data, it's just a different view. So it's really simple to add a view. Once you have a data in here, you just click the plus button and you add like whatever one you want it to be. So I love this, and you can also allow Google Calendar access, which I'm very excited about, so that way you can like integrate things very easily. But this is just for my assignments, so I don't want like all of my personal Google Calendar stuff in it, but I love having that option. Okay, now this next page I am very excited about because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a little crazy about my finances. So I really wanted to test this program out compared to Notion and compared to Excel and Google Sheets, where I often do my finances, and I wanted to see if it is a viable place to be crazy about finances. Spoiler alert, it was, and I very much enjoyed it. So here is where I track all of my expenses. And I'm only showing you a couple because I spent a lot in September and I blurred out some of them basically. So at the start of the month, I will write down the start amount for every single category I have. So start amount for shopping, I had $150, start amount for groceries, $100, etc. Then I will go in, and as the month goes on, I will write the number in the negative as I spend it, and I will put it with the category so it detracts specifically from that category. So then I will make individual views for each category, and I do that just again by having a filter that contains the category I want it to, and it will subtract from the start amount and show me how much money I have left in that category. As you can see, here are some of my categories and how much I've spent, and at the bottom here it calculates it for me, which is perfect because I don't want to spend any time calculating any of my expenses. I just want it to show me the number and then I'm done. And yeah, this is perfect. It works absolutely perfectly. Making a chart was super easy. I'm pretty sure I just made this page from scratch and it didn't take me long at all. And then I was able to add as many different categories and like columns as I wanted. I always have my enjoyment out of 10 so I can rank my purchases, and of course the amount and the name of the purchase and the date. And I like that the date shows you the calendar view. This is also very similar to Notion, and it's like one of my favorite features, so I don't have to manually write the date every time. Okay, and then coming up on the last couple of things, I have my wish list. Now, like I said, I'm crazy about my finances, so I don't let myself buy anything unless it's on my wish list before. And this is a Kanban board, and it's really easy to make. Whenever you make a new project, you can just really quickly go up here and click board view. This one right here, the Kanban board. So all I do is I just add a little card every time I want something. So let's say I want some shoes, and then I will drag it to whatever I feel works. And this is, once again, very similar to Notion. I have like almost the exact same setup there, but there is something different about xTiles. Like, I feel like the animations are really cute, and it just feels faster, if that makes sense. And I only know this because I'm like a super nerd about both of these platforms, and it's like probably a really small thing to notice, but it's appreciated. And then the last thing I have on here is also very similar. It is a Kanban board, but it's for my video ideas. So you're getting a little Eileen's behind the scenes for my channel. And yeah, these are just some of my video ideas, and I can drag them over here, and it's super simple to add cards and to change the heading of these cards. And like I said before, you only have to input this data once and you can change the view of it super easily because they just have a bunch of pre-loaded views already for you. So it's really just about like what's going to make your life the most simple, and you really don't have to spend any time like customizing this at all, which is great because sometimes you just need the productivity system to just do its thing, and like you can't think about it, you don't have time to deal with it, you don't have time to customize it, and you just need it to be there and be reliable, and this is perfect for that. So yeah, and then my last space, like I said, is my archive space. This is back when I was using the free version. You couldn't technically archive pages in the free version in this like area over here, so I would just, whenever I was done with a page, I would drag it to the archive section, and it would just give me the option to either move it or copy it, and I would always move it, and then it would just live in this archive space, and I didn't have to like deal with looking at it again. And if I wanted to bring it back, I could just really easily move it back. Okay, so that is the end of my tour, and really quickly, I just wanted to talk about who I think that this app would be amazing for. So I think that if you're someone who has struggled at all using Notion and just like couldn't keep up with it, this is a great app for you. It's a lot more beginner friendly, it's a lot faster to figure out, and I also think this is good for someone who has never used Notion before, and you don't have your whole like system integrated yet and you're looking for a place to put it. I think this is a great app for that. I also would really recommend this to like people who used to bullet journal and really love it and are looking for something that will like kind of reignite that spark in them. This app feels like very personal to me. Notion never really felt this personal to me and never really inspired me to journal in that way. And I do think it has something to do with the dot grid in the background that just reminds me of bullet journaling, but it really like incites some happy memories that I wasn't expecting from this app. And it's just like overall clean UI I really was like pleasantly surprised by. I definitely think that this app is great for someone who's a bit of a hot mess, maybe needs some help, maybe a bit neurodivergent. These are all things that describe me, and I feel like it's a great app that has worked for me. And also just anyone who's looking to give a new app that's like pretty underrated a try. This is such a cool app. I really recommend trying it. I'll have a link in the description for where you can like go find it, obviously. But overall, like I am just super excited by this app, and it makes me like really curious about like what the future of productivity looks like and how much more efficient these apps can start looking. So yeah, sorry if that was a little nerdy of me, but I really like this app and I really feel like you should go try it out. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye!